How can a rounded beach pebble like this turn into an epic fossil display piece? Let's take a look. In today's video we're going to do a bit of fossil preparation. Let's take a look at the nodule. There's no signs at all of any Jurassic ammonite sticking out of the nodule, but I am hoping that due to the shape there will be one hidden within. I picked up this rounded pebble at a nearby beach while looking for other fossils. It was washed up amongst a few rocks at low water. Now here's one that I prepared earlier. Hopefully, if we're lucky, there will be a similar style of ammonite hidden inside the nodule. This one is a really great quality one. It prepared out beautifully, I think. And this is exactly what we're hoping for inside this rounded looking nodule. If we take a close-up look at the nodule, you can see it's got quite a bit of sea growth on it, all these pink and white crusty bits. This tells us that it spent quite a bit of time at some point on the seabed rolling around. To remove the rock from the nodule, I'll be using various air tools hooked up to a large compressor. The compressor I use is a 100-litre one, and here's the air tools that I'll be using. These are two different pens. This one's the T-Rex, and this is good for bulk matrix removal, whereas the Chicago here I use for finer detail. And then afterwards I'll be using a grinder to smooth off the rock and get it finished nicely. The air pens act as a mini jackhammer and basically ping away the rock from the ammonite. I do all of my fossil preparation within this large well-lit cabinet. I also use a mask while I'm doing it. You can't put a price on your lungs. And also it is hooked up to a large extractor which takes away all of the horrible dust. So all of the dust and horrible bits gets sucked out of there and then out of the window into a bag. Some of the larger rock chips end up in this bucket, which I empty once in a while. So I think that's enough talking for now. Let's go ahead and prepare this ammonite nodule here. To start with, I'll be using my larger T-Rex pen to get the bulk of the matrix of a nodule down. While I'm pretty sure that the shape of the nodule is a dead indicator that there will be an ammonite on the inside, I'm not 100% sure, so I'm going to take the matrix down to a level where we can see the ammonite. The key to using one of these air pens is to not push too hard on the nodule. You're basically wanting to let the pen do the work for you, because otherwise you could risk snapping the tip, which can be very expensive to replace. I forgot to mention that on the hand that I hold the pen on, I do use an anti-vibration glove, which just reduces a little bit of the vibration going to your hands. As you can probably hear, fossil preparation can be very noisy, so it's always a good idea to protect your ears and use suitable ear protection. Now we've got his first glimpse of an ammonite inside the nodule. At least we know we're not prepping an empty nodule now. At this stage you start to get big chunks of the rock pinging off. I'm clearing away the matrix from the ammonite, trying my best not to hit the ammonite with the pen tip as it leaves marks. Let's skip forward about 15 minutes when I've revealed most of the ammonite. I'm running my smaller, more detailed pen within the Ammonite whorls just to clear it out. It's important to get as much as the matrix off as you can. So here's how the Ammonite is currently looking. It's looking a little bit rough at the moment, but once the pen marks are grinded out and I abrade around the Ammonite whorls here, it should turn out quite nice. Thank you very much to Sealy's for sending me out a brand new grinder to use. I actually already use a Sealy's grinder, so it's ideal that they've been kind enough to send me a brand new one out. We'll use a different head on the new one. Possibly I'll do some mouth borders with it, and this is my usual grinding pen. Let's have a look at what we get in the box. I actually found Sealy's online after looking for a good quality grinding pen. When I first started fossil preparation, I ended up buying a cheap one, and unfortunately the build quality was not there and it ended up popping on me. But so far the Sealy's brand has been brilliant. I highly recommend these tools. If you are planning on getting one of these air grinders, you do need a suitable air compressor. If you've got one that's not got enough air capacity, it will be constantly kicking in and it'll be very noisy, so you might annoy your neighbours a little bit. All I'm doing here is grinding out the pen marks made by my air pen. I'm trying to get the matrix as smooth as possible. This is where suitable air extraction and a dust mask comes in very handy. I've changed to my new grinder now, and you can probably see I've changed the attachment to a rounded one. Basically I'm trying to carve out the mouth border to make it look quite 3D. I'll leave a link in the video description where you can click and go get your own grinder, the one that I use in this video. One of the final stages after removing all of the rock from the Ammonite is to air abrade the fossil. This removes the very fine bits of rock still stuck and it gives it a nice finish. After applying a thin coat of liquid beeswax, the Ammonite is now finished. Now it's not the best preserved Dactyliostris tenucostatum you'll find, but I don't think it looks too bad. Remember, this has gone from a random rock on the beach to looking like this. Now here's some more grey shale ammonites that I've prepared recently. Some of these are part of my own fossil collection. While these particular ammonites usually show up in single nodules, occasionally you can get one with 2 or even more ammonites included. Here's a really great quality double. Hopefully you have all enjoyed this fossil preparation video, and I will see you all on the next one.